Lady Bird. Lady Bird, what's the plot of that one?
It's about a girl.
And she's a bird woman.
Hi again. Welcome to your Oscar wrap-up show.
The post show.
It's Jay and Dan. After a much-needed week off, we're back in the saddle.
Yes, we are, Dan. And the Winnipeg Jets are back in the saddle. They're on the road to start a 6-game road trip. Carolina Hurricanes, and they're very much in the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference. As for the Jets, boy, Patrick Laine has been on fire, as have a couple of other talented Finns for Carolina, Teuvo Teravainen, Sebastian Aho. Which Finn would rise above his fellow countryman? Laine, 5 minutes in. The snipe, 34 on the season, extending his point streak to 8 games, 1-0 Jets. But late in the first, Aho to Teravainen. And the pass will deflect off Dmitry Kulikov and in for Teravainen's 19th. Aho gets the assist. We're tied at 1 apiece. This is Sports Center with Jay and Dan. Move to the second. Aho in the box for high sticking. Laine beats Ward, second of the night. 10 goals in his last 8 games. 2-1 Winnipeg Jets. Third period, 10 minutes to play. Jets catching a break here. Ben Sherratt with a shot that goes off the crossbar, off referee Eric Furlat, right to Paul Stastny, who has his 2nd goal in 3 games since he joined the Jets on trade deadline day. You remember Trade Center, Dan?
Oh yeah, it was great.
I felt like that guy the whole day. Canes got the lead to 1. Dustin Falk one-timer. Connor Hellebuyck picking up his 34th win, tying the Jets Thrashers single-season record. Laine a 3-point night. Jets take it.
Rodney Dangerfield was a comedian. He lamented quite often that he didn't get any respect. The Toronto Raptors echoing the same sentiment. Raps are tops in the East, yet according to Vegas, they have no shot at winning the NBA title. Raptors plus 2,200 to win it all.
Dwight Howard,
3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Dwight Howard matching up with Jonas Valanciunas. It's the Hornets and the Raptors. First quarter, JV gets Howard to bite. Leaves a wide open lane. Use 2 hands on the flush. Howard doesn't bother challenging JV's 3. And ES guy used with permission. Valanciunas shooting 47% from deep this season. Third quarter, Howard, he hasn't learned his lesson. Valanciunas hits 2 threes in a game for the 6th time this season, finished with 18 points. By the way, Raps 39-1 when leading through 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, Raps commit 1 of 15 turnovers. Jeremy Lamb takes it to Serge Ibaka plus the foul. Hornets cut a 13-point lead to 2. Under 5 to play, Kyle Lowry well guarded. It's a top 3. What? How'd that go in? DeMar DeRozan gets inside and 1. DeRozan had 19 points. Raps add to their lead atop the East, and they've now won 11 of their last 12. And they won that on at the Air Canada Center. Well, I mentioned because the Raptors, they set a franchise record with a 32-9 record at home, a mark that is within reach this year. That was 2 seasons ago. Toronto's held opponents to under 100 points in 5 of their last 6 non-overtime games at the ACC. So, yes, what we're just trying to get across here is home cooking is treating the Raptors well.
Okay, back to hockey. Golden Knights Cup contender Taylor Hall, Hart Trophy candidate. That's about it. Really all we need to say. Hey, Jimmy Kimmel, give me that jet ski.
games at home, Tansy. You want to go
Despite Hall having an incredible streak of 25 consecutive games played with a point, his team is coming off back-to-back losses. Coach John Hines acknowledged it, saying we need a lot more guys going. Last 2 games we've been outplayed. We don't have enough guys playing as hard enough, as committed enough, and as detailed enough to have success. Hall, Jersey down 1-0 in the second. Sets up Sami Vatanen, who beats Marc-Andre Fleury. So it's a personal streak of 25 with a point for Hall. And it's 1-1. Still in the second, 12 seconds after Vegas made it 3-1. Hall, what a goal. Hard on the forecheck, gets the wraparound. His first career 30-goal year. Cuts the lead to 1, same score in the dying seconds of the game. Hall, before the faceoff, gets Will Butcher to swap positions with him. Off the draw, Hall, a fantastic effort to get the puck to Kyle Palmieri, but he can't beat Fleury. It's yet another frustrating loss for the Devils. They have dropped 3 straight, but Hall has been incredible, as I mentioned. In those 25 straight games with a point, 18 goals, 18 assists, 36 points. Over the last 20 years, Hall tied with Sidney Crosby, the second longest such streak.
Flyers and Panthers. Shane Gostisbehere, a Florida native wearing an MSD Strong patch on his helmet in honor of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, where 17 people were killed last month. Gostisbehere also hosting kids from the school's hockey team. First period, Keith Yandel. Yeah, still in the NHL. Long pass to Alex Barkov. Look at those hands in tight. I always wanted Barkov to who let the dogs out after he scored because of his last name, Bark. It never caught on. It never will. Did you know the Panthers have won 6 straight? Did you know the Panthers are into a wild card spot?
But hold on, Dan, because the Blue Jackets were in action. They were taking on the Sharks. Evander Kane, 3 assists in San Jose, still looking for his first goal as a Shark. Logan Couture fires a wide. Kane shot, tipped by Joe Pavelski, and absolutely robbed by Pavelski. Oh, that's a nice time, Pavelski. Sorry, Kane. Moments later, Nick Foligno, friend of SportsCenter with Jay and Dan. The wrister beats Martin Jones, his 14th. Jackets up 2-0 after 1. Second period, Ian Cole with a shot tipped in front by Artemi Panarin, the bread man. 3-1 Columbus after 2. Third period off a Columbus turnover. Pavelski will feed Kane, and he's got his first as a Shark. He has points in every game with San Jose. They say they do want to sign him. Sharks down 3-2, just over 4 minutes to play. Brent Burns, shot tipped by Pavelski. Oh, my rock again. 33 saves as Columbus wins in San Jose for the first time since 2015. Why is that Columbus win significant? With their win, the Blue Jackets now hold that final wild card spot, 1 ahead of Florida. However,
I spoke too soon.
Well, but this is the thing, Dan. You really didn't, because the Panthers have 3 games in hand on the Jackets. This is a super tight race. And look at Carolina, just 2 points back, right in there.
Ducks now a point ahead of LA for 3rd in the Pacific, and the Avs are 1 point behind the Kings for the final wildcard spot, with the Blues 2 points back of LA. You like hockey? You like watching it? You live in the Leafs region? Well, you get to see the Leafs and Sabres on Monday. The Maple Leafs wearing those all-white uniforms.
Once again, no?
No, they...
Hey, Nabesy, why are you playing this music loud?
They will not be wearing the all-whites.
It was an all-Canadian MLS matchup Sunday and the season debut for the Montreal Impact and Vancouver Whitecaps. And if you're a Whitecaps fan, you're optimistic about newly acquired veteran striker Kai Kamara and the continued development of 17-year-old Canadian Alphonso Davies. By the way, 27,000 on hand for this one. That is the largest crowd in Vancouver Whitecaps MLS history, by about 5,000 people. And everyone wants to see Davies, already in his 3rd season with the Whitecaps at just 17 years old. How about that cross to Kai Kamara? The veteran's first as a Whitecap. 2-0 Whitecaps. 81st, Daniel Lovett's long pass. Mateo Mancosu. Mancosu with the header, cutting the lead in half. Moments later, Mancosu again. Oh, but it's just wide. As the Caps hang on to take the season opener.
It was exciting, you know. It was a big weight off my shoulder, getting my first goal. I was excited to get it. The preseason, me and Kyle were talking about, you know, when we score, we have to celebrate, you know, together, me and you. So I'm like, all right. So when Christian Chichara crossed the ball in, you know, I try to put it on frame, and I was a little bit scared. It wasn't good going, but when it did, you know, it went in. And then Kai came up to me. He's like, "Let's do this." I was like, "All right, let's do it." So then we did it.
No, if I have to be a mentor to him, they're going to have to pay me for that. So, yeah, no, but I want to be an example for him, and I want to be somebody he can, learn from, and, seeing me day in and day out and see how it works.
Coming up, Phil Mickelson hasn't won a tournament since the British Open in 2013. Would he end the drought in Mexico? Plus, Lainey Louie stops by to interview Dan about his shirt on our Oscars post-show. It's SportsCenter with Jane Dan.
Shubhankar Sharma played in his first PGA Tour event this weekend. Sharma, after 54 holes, was leading the tournament. So with a little jump in his step, the 21-year-old decided to introduce himself to Phil Mickelson on the practice green. Walked up, Phil greeted him with, "Not right now." Mickelson thought Sharma was a media member. Phil eventually figured it out, and as Sharma said, quote, "He said hi, I said hi, then he made a few putts, and he came back to me and said, 'Have a good day.' It was nice." End quote.
Yep, just
Sounds nice.
clear that water.
Sharma fell apart on Sunday, shot a 74. Mickelson and the lead pair on Sunday started 2 back of the lead after birdie on 1. Just misses an eagle. He birdied for a tie of the lead. Justin Thomas shot a course record 62 on Saturday, already with 5 birdies on Sunday, tied with Mickelson on 15. What's this one going to do? Well, he gets a friendly bounce. Led to a birdie and the lead. After Mickelson birdied on 15 to get 1 back for birdie on 16. Lefty reads the break, and he got it into a tie for the lead. After a par on 17, Mickelson with a par putt to force a playoff. Justin Thomas said, "I want to see too." The putt, good. Lefty won his first PGA tournament in 1991, 2 years before Thomas was even born. First playoff, the 17th tee. Thomas bogeyed it in regulation. His tee shot, it's over the green. Too much. Mickelson stuck his tee shot on the dance floor. Thomas, at the bottom of your screen, goes to address his ball, nearly has it kicked by a cameraman, or is that Dave Matthews? Thomas leaves his chip well short.
Who hired that guy?
That guy clearly stoned. Mickelson, a chance to win it with a birdie. He tapped in for par, so Thomas with a long putt to force a second playoff hole with Mickelson watching, and he misses. Mickelson wins his first tournament since the 2013 Open Championship, 43rd career tour win.
I don't know what to say. I mean, it's been a tough go the last 4 years, not playing my best, but to have the belief that I was going to get there and finally break through and do it feels incredible. I believe that more is to come. I feel like I'm starting to play some of my best golf, and to culminate here in Mexico City with a World Golf Championship victory is exciting to me beyond words, because it just validates the hard work that I put in and the struggle for the last few years to finally get my game back.
Final round of the HSBC Women's World Championship from Singapore. Canadian Brooke Henderson of Smith Falls entered the day 11 under, 4 shots off the lead, putting for eagle from off the green on 8, and she almost drains it. She tapped it for birdie to move to 15 under. Still at 15 under on 18, 1 shot off the lead. 2 top 10 finishes on tour in 2018. This approach sensational inside 10 feet. She'd make the birdie, so she'd go to 16 under. Michelle Wie, yes, the big Wheezy, hasn't won on tour since her victory in the 2014 U.S. Women's Open. On 18, 35-footer for the outright lead. The big Wheezy shoots a final round 7 under 65, picks up the win. 5th career tour victory. Henderson in a 4-way tie for second.
I'm still thinking of that Dave Matthews guy, because I looked at the video and I rewound it. He wasn't even apologetic. He's like, "Whatever, man, sorry." Yeah.
Like as he never, maybe doesn't understand how golf works?
He was not in proper photography attire.
The walkover clock is sponsored by Line A Lanes Bowling. That's Patrick Line's bowling lanes right on the Pembina Highway in Winnipeg, right on the highway.
Yeah, you need to get a bowling chain. There are no bowling chains.
Yeah. No, there aren't. Yeah, there should be.
Yeah. Or there's probably no bowling chains for a reason.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
We talked about this earlier. Taylor Hall extended his point streak to 25 games on Sunday night. 25 games by notching an assist and his 30th goal of the season against the Knights. Hall becomes just the 8th player in the last 30 years to record a point in 25 straight games, and the first since Patty Kane did it in 2015. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
I remember when Edmonton Oilers fans, the ones who were happy that Peter Chiarelli traded Taylor Hall for Adam Larsson, one of the things they cited was that he had never scored 30 goals. So, and I should also mention his middle name is Sturba. Taylor Hall's middle name, now maybe that's just someone on Wikipedia messing with me, because I know Wikipedia is the source of many important facts.
Hound Dog, can we check on that?
S-T-R-B-A. There's got to be a story behind that. Sturba.
We'll find that. Okay. And a great follow on Twitter.
Yes, he sure is. It's a wonderful story. Here's my question for you, Dan. If the Devils don't make the playoffs, because everyone's talking about Taylor Hall being a Hart Trophy candidate, can you win the Hart Trophy? I know you can do it, but should you do it? Same with Nathan McKinnon.
If you don't make the playoffs?
Right. And
no.
Nathan McKinnon, same thing, right?
That's in the back of the voters' mind.
He's a Hart Trophy candidate for sure, but they're on the outside looking in. Feels like Kucherov would have the inside line on it. Patrick Laine, Dan, continued his hot streak, scored a pair of goals for the 3rd time in 4 games on Sunday in a win over the Canes. He has 10 goals in his last 8. He failed to score only once over the course of that stretch. This is an amazing stat, Dan. 71 career goals. He has the 6th most goals by a teenager. He passes the Hall of Famer Steve Yzerman. Jimmy Carson had 92 goals as a teenager with the Kings, but he was out of the league by age 27. Incredible. Howard, Chuck, and Gretzky.
I have a question about Laine.
2nd and 3rd.
Is he the oldest looking 19-year-old on Earth?
No, that was Greg Oden, Dan. That was Greg Oden.
We have
He's
an update.
also out of the league.
We have an update on Sturba.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
That was Taylor Hall's mom's maiden name.
Ah, okay. Still weird. That's weird.
Hound Dog Harrison getting that to info for us. He's our statistician.
Okay, so that's all right. That's fine. But Sturba. Sturbsy. That's disturbing. If you ask.
In the Ducks-Blackhawks game, Ryan Kessler and Jonathan Toews, they dropped the mitts seconds into the second, marking just the 7th fighting major of Toews' career. Both players landed some decent shots before Kessler took down Toews. They actually both spoke about the fight. Wonder what they had to say. Well, let's listen.
I asked him for 8 years. He finally accepted.
I haven't seen it that much with him, yeah.
So, you know, you got to give him credit. He stood in and you know, he manned up.
I guess you could say a while. You know, I think he's probably been the one who's been trying to nudge me in that direction for a while, so I finally gave in on that one.
But 8 years, why not just keep it going for the rest of your career?
I know. He's so Captain Serious. He's so, he can't even really make a joke about the fact that he just got... By the way, they're exactly the same size. I thought Toews would be a bit smaller, but they're both 6'2", 200, basically, on the nose.
Toews,
so it's a perfect
Toews
matchup.
Hides the weight better, I guess?
Hides the beef.
Hides the beef?
He hides the beef. Joel Quenneville said the fight sparked the team. It wasn't reflected on the scoreboard. So how did it spark the team exactly? Saturday, Dan, the Leafs and Capitals played outdoors.
Oh, boy.
In the Coors Light Stadium Series from the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. For the event, both teams wore special uniforms. And that brings us to producer Tim's least favorite segment on this television program, sports clothes.
Okay, I have a lot of thoughts on these.
The Leafs,
they were
all
despised.
white beauties. The color rush uniforms.
I liked someone sent out a GIF of the guys playing hockey in Strange Brew.
Yes, very Strange Brew. Max von Sydow would appreciate that.
Oh, we don't get to see the caps? Because I love the caps.
The caps were nice, but we decided, and what happened, Dan, is we had a meeting and you didn't attend. And we decided to drop the caps.
Yeah, I forgot about that phone call.
No, but our producer, G-Bone, made a good point. If the Leafs had just gone with the blue pants, that would have immediately made those uniforms 1,000 times better.
And put a stripe at the bottom of the shirt.
Or just burn those uniforms. Just burn the white uniforms. They were, yeah, they were just so bad.
Hey,
Like,
NHL, outdoor games.
Yeah,
let's go 20 years with that one.
Let's just stop for a while.
20 years, and then people were like, oh, yeah, I remember that when I was a
that
kid.
Was fun. Because now it's just, producer Tim said he turned the game off after 2 periods. He never does that. He watches all the way to the end every time. So you did that to producer Tim, Gary Bettman. When we come back, when Leo Messi marks a career achievement, he does it Messi style. Messi style? Leo Messi, he's good. Maybe the best ever. Now I for sure get that jet ski and that trip to the Lake Havasu Days Inn, which when you think about it was a pretty elitist joke for Jimmy Kimmel to make. I mean, Dan and I often vacation together at the Days Inn in Kelowna.
Yeah, we love it. Free breakfast buffet, free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Really, I guess this shirt is going the way of the Leafs all whites.
Oh, yeah, man. How about an all-white suit like Colonel Sanders one day for you?
With a bolo tie.
That would look awesome.
I don't have any bolo ties.
No, me neither.
They're coming back.
Are they?
Big time. We need a busboy to come clean up all our.
Yeah, we have a lot of papers here. But that's because we're very serious about talking sports. The NFL Combine, Shaquem Griffin, the one-handed linebacker from Central Florida, who put up 20 reps on the bench press Saturday. Dan, on Sunday, in the 40-yard dash, clocked in with an official time of 4.38 seconds, the fastest time ever for a linebacker since 2003. It beats the 40 times of Adrian Peterson and Odell Beckham Jr. Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll. His Seahawks actually drafted Shaquem's older brother Shaquille Griffin last season. And the Seahawks cornerback took to Twitter to call out his younger brother's doubters and added Shaquem's signature hashtag, against all odds.
And he weighs
How cool is that?
227 pounds.
That's incredible. I love this story, Dan. Had his left hand amputated at age 4 because of amniotic band syndrome. It's a congenital condition. He was a late invitee to this combine. Got his formal invitation January the 30th, so didn't even have a ton of time to prepare for it. He's the story of the combine.
And let's bring in our good friend Peter Schrager. No?
No. Okay, and then you got him. Kobe Bryant's animated short film Dear Basketball, which is apparently terrible, has won an Oscar.
How does it win if it's terrible?
The 6-minute-long movie was based on Bryant's retirement letter that he wrote for the Players Tribune back in 2015. He narrated the film. Kobe wins an Oscar. It's a good speech.
The Star Wars guy was up there. DB8.
Oh, oh, I heard that was a dud, too. The Star Wars guy that we worked with, Dan, you worked with him, remember, on the set here? You guys were friends. You went for lunch. You went to Timmy's. Got that new turkey bacon club.
He didn't buy. No room for a wall.
No, that's right. The Oscars were Sunday, and to be honest, I took a pretty bad hit financially in the Oscar pool. How about you, Dan?
Well, it turns out Daddy's Home 2 wasn't even nominated.
What a snub. Well, to make up for our losses, we got back into the app game. That means it's time for the Jay and Dan App Store. Apps that don't exist, but should. It's the Lovin' Cousins app, created by John Elway, specifically designed for NFL teams looking to sign Kirk Cousins. This app is Tinder, but it only matches Kirk Cousins with the Denver Broncos. So if you're the Jets, swipe left. The Lovin' Cousins app. I guess it's come down to this.
How about Toda Taves? After seeing Jonathan Taves and Ryan Kessler go at it, we came up with the Toda Taves app. The only fighting game for your phone where you fight as Jonathan Taves. It's basically like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Our final app is called TML Paint. You think you can design better Toronto Maple Leafs alternate jerseys? Well, with TML Paint, you can design your own alternate hockey sweaters using the best technology that 1995 Microsoft Paint has to offer. Use the fill bucket and spray tool, and your custom outdoor game jersey's ready to hit the ice. I mean, let's be honest, it can't get any worse. The Jane Dan App Store, apps that don't exist, but really, really should. It's the special Oscars edition of the Jannies. And we start our special Jannie segment with the breakthrough performance of the day. UMass hockey, John Leonard. 2 toe drags. Yes, guy. And the backhand. Beauty.
Next award is for the best live action set piece from Sunday. We head to Leadville, Colorado for the annual Ski Joring Festival. Thanks to Reddit user Hobbit2305.
Hobbit23. Best fight sequence, Ryan Kessler, Jonathan Taves.
Why did we have to thank Hobbit?
Yeah, why did we have to do that? Did we have to do that, Tim?
Our show is a big in the Hobbit community. This is this Jannie number 4? Yep. Next, supporting actor. John Cumberland for supporting the opposition off a missed shot. Ball goes off his face.
Oh, man.
Let's just use our patented catchphrase. That's using your face.
That's 2 points for the Shockers. Next award, best foreign film, Japan B-League. That's Robert Sacre.
Wow.
Canadian. That is not a good dunk attempt, and this isn't much better, and yet it's 9s across the board. From Sunday, it's not The Shape of Water. Is that what it was called, The Shape of Water?
A lot of people didn't like that.
Radford facing Liberty, Big South title, tied at 52. Carlick Jones, buzzer beater. Radford's in the NCAA tournament for the first time since '09. The Highlanders are going to the dance.
Did you see The Shape of Water?
I didn't see anything. I didn't see a single movie this year. Not one.
You saw the Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. That should have won Best Picture.
Was it up for anything?
I don't think so. BB-8 was up for Best Supporting Actor. Oh, I saw that Billboards one, which I liked, and I thought it was good. I don't think it won.
Get Out, I saw it.
Yeah.
Really good.
Good flick.
Yeah, you're in suspense the whole time. You don't know what's going to happen.
And Lady Bird, that was another one you enjoyed.
No. Still no clue what that's about, no clue what the water one's about.
What about Dunkirk?
Dunkirk's
Nobody knows what that's about. That's a mystery.
We watched most of that game on the Columbus feed, those Columbus local TV ads.
Oh, man, they're good, right?
Yeah. You blew it. We point out our errors. We did mess up, but the camera guy at the golf tournament did.
Let's see this. There we go.
Like this, like he's just...
Oh, what? Are we playing?
He's not in the proper cameraman outfit or uniform, and he's just, yeah, what? He was pissed off. He's like, why are you in my way?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to take pictures here, man. And you're harshing my vibe or whatever, my buzz.
Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, great to see him back in the win column.
Yeah. Hey, it's great to be back here. We're appearing all week.
What a weekend it was. Spectacular. The legend, Mickelson. Phil Mickelson's day.